Yeah, they interviewed Boimler after he captained the Cerritos, and now he's peeing his pants about it.
Spoiler alert. After 4 years since the start of the animated comedy, a major mystery surrounding Lieutenant Beckett Mariner, Tawny Newsome, is finally resolved in the opening of Star Trek Lower Decks Season 5. As Season 5 marks the last season of Star Trek Lower Decks on Paramount+, it is not surprising that long-standing questions are being addressed in Mike McMahan's humorous series. While certain mysteries, such as the fate of Lieutenant William Boimler, Jack Quaid, remain unsolved, Lower Decks has already resolved several, such as the past of Lieutenant Samanthan Rutherford, Eugene Cordero. When Ensign Beckett Mariner first appeared in the first episode of Star Trek Lower Decks, she concealed the fact that she was the daughter of Captain Carol Freeman, Dawn Lewis. Mariner is actually a member of the Starfleet. Her father, Admiral Alonzo Freeman, Phil LaMarr, is also the captain of the USS Cerritos. In order to continue breaching Starfleet laws as she saw fit, Beckett wanted to remain anonymous and avoid being compared to her mother. Only when Ensign Brad Boimler, Jack Quaid, unintentionally exposed Beckett, did the other crew members of the USS Cerritos discover that Mariner is the captain's daughter.
A captain has to maintain discipline above all else.
Welcome to Movie Spy. The 4-year-old Beckett Mariner mystery in Lower Decks is finally solved by Star Trek. The reason Beckett is Mariner rather than Freeman is now clear. Dos Cerritos, the premiere of Star Trek Lower Decks Season 5, finally explained why Beckett uses the last name Mariner. The USS Cerritos encounters another Cerritos commanded by Mariner's twin, Captain Becky Freeman, Tawny Newsome, after inadvertently navigating a quantum breach into a parallel dimension. This rejoinder clarifies that Mariner is Beckett's middle name in response to Mariner asking Captain Freeman in the parallel reality how she can go by the name Becky. Thus, Beckett Mariner Freeman is his full name. It is funny to note that Beckett's initials, BMF, also stand for. In the case of the reveal of Star Trek Lower Decks Season 5, the most straightforward explanation is the most accurate one. Since the first season of Lower Decks, a lot of hypotheses have been put out to explain Mariner's mysteries, such as the idea that Beckett is a time traveler. To be independent and forge her own career in Starfleet, Mariner simply adopted her middle name as her surname, which is far more accessible. Star Trek Lower Decks, on the other hand, has pleasantly explored Mariner's extremely human history and inner life. Mariner will not be a captain, like in the alternate reality of Star Trek Lower Decks. Freeman, Becky, how could Mariner be a captain? Star Trek Lower Decks Season 4 concluded with an explanation of Lieutenant Beckett Mariner's fear of command. Beckett admired and became friends with Cito Jaxa, Shannon Phil, a Starfleet Academy cadet who passed quite tragically in the Star Trek The Next Generation episode, Lower Decks. Mariner's determination to be an ensign and stay out of command is fueled by her dread of sending friends to die as a result of losing Cito. But now that she is a lieutenant, Mariner refuses to be the captain that her twin, Becky Freeman, turned into. Being a harsh taskmaster who punishes her crew with a riding crop and banishes them to the brig for each transgression is how Captain Becky Freeman conceals her insecurities. Ironically, Becky despises her role as captain and attempts to trade roles with Mariner in order to return to her former charmingly insubordinate self. Lieutenant Beckett Mariner may one day become a starship captain just like her mother. Fortunately, Mariner is stronger than her parallel universe counterpart. If Captain Beckett Mariner did it her way, Star Trek Lower Decks would be proud. Thanks for watching.